sage archetype. You're drowning in information but starving for wisdom, and that gap is costing you everything. Your relationships feel surface level. Your decisions keep backfiring. You're busy as heck but moving nowhere. I'm Earl, and I've walked through those same circumstances. Let me show you the way out. Look, sometimes you find your head spinning. Too many questions, not enough real answers, feeling like you're always missing contributing to the bigger picture. Stop. Listen. That's your inner sage screaming to get through the noise. And I spent enough years drowning in my own mental chaos to know this truth. When you finally let that sage voice speak, everything is going to get clearer, fast. So, let's unlock that sage right now. Jung called the sage the archetype that brings meaning to the madness. The one who steps back and sees the threads connecting everything while everyone else stays tangled up. The golden treasure at the center, pure insight. That deep, calm knowing that cuts through all the nonsense. But here's what happens. We push it away. We're too busy scrolling, too afraid that real wisdom will make us different, make us stand out, make us responsible. And when we ignore it, that gold turns to rusty metal. The sage goes cold. Either we become arrogant, thinking we've got it all figured out and everyone else is not so smart, or we become paralyzed, stuck, thinking forever, but doing and contributing absolutely nothing. If this is hitting home, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're going deep into some other archetypes, the hero and the lover, and maybe a surprise archetype, and you will want this full toolkit. Now, Machiavelli would look at the sage and say, wisdom without application is worthless. Knowledge locked in your head helps nobody. The sage must advise, must guide, must step into the arena, not hide in the library. Then look at Buddha. He lived the sage archetype at its absolute best. He saw through the illusions that trap us, then taught the way out. But here's the key. He did it with compassion. Without heart, the sage becomes empty, a walking encyclopedia with no soul. The Stoics understood this balance perfectly. Read Seneca's letters to his friends. Study Marcus Aurelius writing to himself. They practiced wisdom every single day, taking whatever life threw at them and transforming it into understanding. They stayed level when everything around them burned. Your inner sage speaks to you constantly, but you probably ignore it. It's that quiet hunch you dismiss because it's not logical enough. It's that pattern you notice but don't trust. I ignored mine for years until life forced the issue. I was burned out, lost, going through the motions. One night, I just sat down and wrote out the hard truths I'd been dodging, the things I knew but wouldn't admit. That single act changed my entire direction. I started actually sharing what I saw, teaching what I'd learned, and people listened. That was the gold revealing itself. Drop a comment right now. What's one truth you've been avoiding? Let's bring it into the light together. Here's what I want you to do tomorrow. Just 10 minutes. No phone, no distractions. Sit somewhere quiet and ask yourself this direct question. What am I pretending not to see? Don't judge the answer. Just write it down. Then, and this is crucial, read something that feeds your mind. Something old school. Jung, Marcus Aurelius, the Stoics. Let wisdom from the past fertilize your thinking. Then, take one clear insight from that session and share it with someone. Say one true thing to somebody today. You'll feel it when it lands, that click of clarity connecting. But here's the shadow side you need to watch for. Don't get so detached you lose touch with actual people. The sage can become so focused on truth that relationships become theoretical instead of real. And don't think so long you never move. Analysis paralysis is the death of wisdom. At some point, you have to bring the insight down from the mountaintop. Use it in a real choice. Apply it to a real problem. Wisdom unused is just fancy procrastination. If you're getting value from this, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're building a community of people who actually do the inner work. When your inner sage is alive and connected, not just in your head but in your life, everything shifts. You become the person others naturally turn to, the 1%. Not because you have all the answers, but because you ask better questions. Your relationships deepen because you offer real understanding instead of surface advice. Your work sharpens because you see patterns others miss. And inside, you develop a peace that actually sticks, not the fake, calm act that disappears when things get hard, but the grounded knowing that you can handle whatever comes. Stop wandering in circles. The sage is already inside you, waiting. It's time to let it out. Right now, before you close this video, tell me, what's one thing you're seeing clearer already? What truth just surfaced? Drop it in the comments below. Let's talk it through together. Because this is part 1 of a trilogy. The sage gives you wisdom, the hero gives you courage, and the lover brings passion. You need all 3. I'm Earl, bringing you Jung, Machiavelli, Buddha, and the Stoics, not as ancient history, but as tools for right now. Hit like and subscribe. This journey's just beginning, and your sage, it's ready to speak.